Hi, Caspar here from Beau's Wine on the 6th of November 2016. Tasting something rather interesting actually, with a bit of a history to it. Gosh, way back in about 1992, I guess. I went to an auction at Sotheby's in London and I bid on a lot of Château de Beaucastel 1989 Châteauneuf-du-Pape red. And I had a terrible cold. I was there in the auction room and I'd ridden my illness. I didn't realise that it was in fact a lot of 3 cases I'd bid on. So I ended up with 3 cases of 89 Beaucastel, almost all of which I've drunk. I've got 1 bottle of that left. I mean, ridiculously cheap. It was £150 a case, I think, back then. But 6 of the bottles I swapped with a mate from work. He had some of this. This is Château de Beaucastel, white Châteauneuf, but the Vieilles of Roussanne, so very fine wine with a big reputation. 1993, and I drank 5 of these, with friends, and gosh, on one particular instance, I think it caused a whole room full of people to fall absolutely silent. It is the most extraordinary wine. But I kept the last one and it's been in my cupboard under the stairs, so just opened it. And the most extraordinary colour. I mean, pouring it out, you'd almost be tempted to be alarmed, but it's more orange than brown, you know. It's mature, not dead looking, you know. It's got a bit of life to the colour. And I think at this age wines, whether they're red, white or indeed fizzy, really are better off for a bit of breathing. They've been in bottle for a long time and can suffer from that. So there we are. This has been open for half an hour, 40 minutes. Just an amazing nose of really quite exotic fruits and spices. There's certainly ginger, without any question. Freshly cut ginger, mango quality, a turmeric spice. There are other kinds of spices in there. Melon fruit, a bit sort of almost tobacco spice. Pepper, it's got a sort of black pepper quality. There is too much going on here really to even begin to get either my head, my taste buds or my vocabulary around. It's preserved and dried orange skins, preserved oranges, pear. You know, when pears just go a bit too far and they become sort of almost alcoholic in their ripeness. It's even a bit sort of almost chilly, sort of capsaicin, sort of too much. Just extraordinarily complex. It really is. Let's have a taste. Warm and spicy, almost sort of spiced cake. Dry, almost sort of turmeric-y, sort of grip, great length. It's really huge sustain. Candied limes. A little sort of touch of something almost slightly sort of tannic about it. Indeed, there is a slight. There's a bit of a cloud to the wine itself, so something's going on in there, but you know, wine in the peak of health. Well, I'm just so glad I've kept this. It's got a richness and density of fruit. It's drier than it was. About 5 years ago was probably my last bottle, and it was this marmalade sort of quality to it that made it sort of sweet and really quite sort of in your face. This is dropped some of that sort of sweetness of fruit, but it's still got power and concentration, and right at the end is a sort of slightly earthy, peppery push to a very long finish, wound around a nice bit of acidity, cleaning it up, very dry at the death. just a massively complex, fascinating white wine, and this is, you know, the latter part of its life. It's sort of an old dowager duchess with a very sharp look in its eyes, and would probably poke you with its stick as you walk past if you'd transcended some rule or other. But just fascinating. Fascinating. I mean, I could spell that all night. I mean, it just unbelievable. There we are. Has been the 1993 Châteauneuf-du-Pape Blanc, Vieilles, Roussanne, Château de Beaucastel. Good Lord.